Have you ever had that feeling where your home, your own personal space, starts feeling, well, not quite yours
Oh,
anymore?
definitely. Like maybe guests get a bit too comfortable.
Exactly. That's really what we're getting into today. We've
Huh.
got this story from a listener titled, Insane. My family treated my home like a free hotel and left it in ruins. And, wow, it really resonated.
It's quite the account. And you see Camila, the homeowner, she'd worked so hard, finally gets this three-bedroom house. It's a huge achievement.
Totally. It's more than just a house, right? It's her dream, her sanctuary. She's excited, ready to make it her own.
You can feel that excitement. And naturally, she wants to share it, show it off a bit. Her parents are, thrilled for her.
Yeah, they're like, we've got to come visit. So she invites him for a weekend. Sounds normal, right?
Yeah.
A simple weekend visit.
Seems perfectly fine on the surface, but that weekend, it's sort of stretched indefinitely.
It never really ended, did it? And that's where things started to, well, unravel.
And it wasn't just the parents sticking around longer than planned. Suddenly it's like, the floodgates opened.
Oh, yeah. Who else showed up?
Well, the account mentions an aunt, some cousins, even a second cousin she hadn't seen in years.
Wow. So her brand new house basically turned into this unexpected, all-inclusive family resort.
Pretty much. An uninvited one at that. It really highlights that blurry line in families sometimes, about space and access.
Yeah, like family connection somehow means unlimited access,
Yeah.
forgetting it's still someone's private home.
Exactly. And the way they treated the place, it wasn't just that there were a lot of people, it was the lack of respect, really.
Tell me about it. What kind of stuff was happening?
Well, think parents leaving their belongings everywhere, dishes piling up, constant laundry, like they just assumed Camila would handle it all.
Okay, so the basic guest etiquette just went out the window.
Completely. It shifted from visiting to residing, but without any of the shared responsibility that comes with living somewhere.
And the cousins, what were they up to?
Oh, apparently lounging around, leaving snack wrappers everywhere, taking over the TV with video games, just kicking back.
Like a frat house, almost. What about the aunt?
She apparently made the guest room her own little domain, using it constantly, but not really bothering to clean up after herself.
Okay, this is sounding stressful. And then the kitchen.
Became a free-for-all, people making coffee, chatting loudly in the morning like they own the place, not even checking in with Camila.
The actual homeowner. It's like she became invisible in her own house.
Right, and she was trying, initially she's cleaning up, cooking, trying to be the good host, offering tours.
Playing the role.
Yeah.
But it sounds like the more she gave, the more they just took.
That's often how it goes without clear boundaries, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Generosity gets mistaken for, well, an open-ended service.
So did she ever say anything? Try to push back?
She did. There was this moment, a really key one, where she talks to her mom.
Okay, what did she say?
Something like, Mom, I love you, but it's time. I need my space back. I bought this house to have a home, not, a hotel.
Yeah.
Pretty direct.
Seems reasonable enough. How did her mom take it?
That's the kicker. The response was apparently, oh, Camila, don't be so dramatic. We're family. What's a few extra days?
Oof. Dramatic.
Mm.
And a few extra days.
Hmm.
When it sounds like it had already been way more than that.
Exactly. It completely dismisses Camila's feelings, her very valid need for her own space, and it frames her request as an overreaction.
Right. And it wasn't just the time, was it? She mentioned things were getting broken.
Yeah, the general wear and tear on a new house, plus actual broken items. It wasn't just inconvenient, it was damaging her property and her peace of mind.
That "but we're family" line can be such a trap sometimes, can't it? Like it excuses everything.
It really can. It's used to override personal needs and boundaries all too often.
So you can imagine how Camila felt. Dread, probably,
Yeah,
going back to her own home.
absolutely. Feeling like a stranger, or maybe worse, like the unpaid manager of a chaotic hotel she never wanted to run.
Was there a specific moment, like a breaking point?
There was. She describes coming home one day, finding her cousin just lounging, dishes overflowing, the place just a complete mess.
Just the visual representation of the whole situation.
Exactly. And that was it. She realized internally, okay, this cannot continue. Something has to change.
But talking hadn't really worked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her mom brushed her off.
Right. And it didn't get better immediately. The mom started making like passive-aggressive comments.
Oh, lovely. And the cousin, Daniel.
Get this. He apparently just decided to move into the guest room permanently without asking.
You're kidding. What was his reasoning?
I figured it's no big deal since I'm family.
Wow. The entitlement there is something else. What about her dad? Did he step in?
Not in a helpful way, it seems. His reaction was apparently to tell her she was acting so uptight and needed to relax.
Relax, while her house is being trashed.
And then he apparently added, "You've always been the one to handle everything."
Ah, there it is. The expectation, the role she's always played.
Exactly. It's like they couldn't or wouldn't see her as anything else. They resisted her trying to change that dynamic.
And it got even worse, didn't it? Something about parties.
Yeah, apparently the family started hosting their own gatherings at her house. Without asking her?
Strangers in her home, without her permission. That's
Yeah.
that's a massive violation.
Completely over the line. Total disregard for her as the homeowner.
Okay, so faced with all that,
Yeah.
what did Camila do? She had to do something drastic, right?
She did. She took some serious steps, put locks on doors,
Which doors?
private rooms, the guest room Daniel had commandeered, a bathroom, even the pantry, according to the account. And she changed the alarm codes.
Whoa. Okay, that's drawing a line in the sand. How did the family react to, like, locked doors?
Predictably, not well. Her mother apparently hit the roof. "Camilla, this is insane. What do you think you're doing? You can't lock us out."
The irony. They were the ones acting like they owned the place.
Right. But Camila stood firm. She told her mom something like, "If you can't respect my space, I have no choice. I won't be walked all over anymore."
Good for her.
Yeah.
That takes guts, especially with family.
Absolutely. It's a huge shift from trying to appease them to actively defending her boundaries.
Well, what happened then? Tense atmosphere, I bet.
Extremely tense. Her mom tried the guilt trip again. "We're family, Camilla. Family doesn't lock doors on each other." That whole thing.
But Jamila stuck to her guns.
She did. She kept reiterating her need for space. And then something interesting happened.
Oh.
Her cousin Daniel, the one who moved in, he actually apologized, said he realized he'd overstepped and taken advantage.
Really? Okay, that's unexpected. Maybe the lock sent a message.
Perhaps. Or maybe just seeing Camila's resolve made him reflect. It was a crack in their united front anyway.
Any other breakthroughs? What about her dad?
This was even more significant. She had a quiet talk with her father later on, and he actually apologized too.
No way, after telling her to relax.
Yes. He apparently said something like, "I guess I never really thought about how much I was expecting from you. I think we all owe you an apology for not respecting your boundaries sooner."
Wow. That's huge. An actual acknowledgement.
It really is. That kind of self-awareness and apology from a parent in that situation.
Yeah.
It's a massive step towards healing that relationship.
But not everyone was on board yet, right? The aunts?
No, the aunt was still resistant, questioning the new normal, pushing back against the changes.
So Camila had to stand up to her, too.
Yep. She laid it out clearly. "I deserve my own life, too. I'm not your servant. I'm not always going to sacrifice for everyone else's comfort. I've given enough. Now it's my turn."
Powerful stuff. How did the aunt take that?
Sounds like she begrudgingly accepted it. Maybe a fine, whatever kind of response. But Camila held her ground.
She really found her voice through all this, didn't she?
Absolutely. And then came maybe the most important conversation with her mother.
Okay, the one who called her dramatic initially.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It sounds like it was really heartfelt. Her mother admitted she'd gotten used to Camila taking care of everything, that she relied on her too much without thinking.
And did she apologize?
She did. "I'm sorry, Camila. I never meant to make you feel that way." It sounds like a genuine moment of understanding.
That must have meant the world to Camila.
I imagine so. Camila reiterated her need for her own life, and her mom promised to respect her space more. A real breakthrough.
But, setting boundaries is one thing. Maintaining them when tested. That's the hard part.
So true. And she got tested again, didn't she? With Daniel.
Yeah, what happened there?
His apartment flooded, a genuine emergency, and he asked if he could stay with Camila.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's tough. Family emergency. He'd apologized before. What did she do?
This is where her commitment really showed. She sympathized, that sucks, really. But then she said, "I've made it clear I need space. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep letting people treat my home like a free hotel."
She said no, even with the flood.
She held the boundary. She might have helped him find other options. The account doesn't detail that, but she didn't let him move back in.
That must have been incredibly difficult, but necessary for her, I guess.
Exactly. She realized she had to enforce the rules she'd set, even if it meant someone was upset or disappointed. That's boundary work.
And then came an even bigger test, right? The uncle's health scare.
Yeah, her uncle had a heart attack, a major family crisis. Naturally, Camila rushed to be there, support her mother.
Of course. But did the old patterns creep back in? The expectation for her to manage everything?
They started to. The weight began to fall on her shoulders again. But this time, Camila handled it differently.
How so? In the middle of a crisis.
Even then, she apparently had a moment with her mother, likely at the hospital, and said, "Mom, I can't take this all on by myself. You need to be strong too. We have to rely on each other, not just me."
Asking for shared responsibility even then? That's remarkable growth.
It really is. It wasn't abandoning her family. It was redefining her role within the family, even during a crisis. Support, not sole caretaker.
How did her mom respond to that?
Vulnerably, it seems. She agreed to try. It was a moment of shifting the dynamic towards partnership instead of just relying on Camilla.
Balancing support with self-preservation.
Yeah,
That's the key, isn't it?
absolutely. And it seems like that moment and all the work before it led to real, lasting change.
So the uncle recovered, things calmed down.
Yes, he recovered, the immediate crisis passed, and afterwards she got a call from her mother.
What did she say?
"Camila, I'm proud of you. I think you're doing the right thing."
Wow. Full circle from don't be dramatic.
Exactly. And even her sister reached out, acknowledging how much Camila had changed and expressing understanding.
So it sounds like the family, or at least key members, finally started to truly see her and respect her needs.
It seems so. Camila felt this sense of peace, freedom from that constant caretaker burden, and there was a final message from her mom. "I love you, Camila. I'm proud of the woman you've become. Don't ever forget that."
That's incredibly moving after everything she went through.
It shows that the difficult, painful process of setting boundaries can actually lead to deeper, more honest, and ultimately more loving relationships. She could support her family without losing herself.
What a journey. So wrapping this up, the big takeaway here really seems to be about the importance and the difficulty of those personal boundaries, especially with the people we're closest to.
Definitely. Camilla's story is such a clear example of shifting from that default caretaker role to prioritizing your own well-being. It's not selfish. It's necessary.
And for you listening, maybe Kayla's experience sparks some thoughts. It shows that change is possible, even if it's uncomfortable at first.
Yeah, it's a reminder that you are allowed to define your own space and limits. Recognizing where those lines get blurred, even in small ways, is step one.
Right. So maybe a question to think about this week is, where in your own life, maybe with family, maybe friends, do boundaries feel a bit fuzzy? Or maybe where do you feel that expectation to always be the handler?
And following on that, what's maybe one small thing, one tiny step you could take to just gently reinforce one of those boundaries? Doesn't have to be locks on doors.
No, hopefully not. Could just be saying no to a small request or carving out some time just for yourself. It's an ongoing thing, isn't it? This whole navigating relationships and taking care of yourself.
Always learning, always adjusting.